Am I in frame? Alright. Hey guys, it's Nikki, and today I am sitting down. New view around me. I got tired of standing up, so today I thought I would sit down, and it's perfect because today I am filming the afternoon tea book tag. Got my tea right here, so thank you for joining me. The original afternoon tea book tag is created by Chelsea Bartlett, and I'll have her video linked down below. I thought it would be fun to do this because I'm an avid tea drinker. I love tea to the point that I don't have a taste for coffee anymore. Last year I used to drink coffee, but now after like transitioning to drinking tea, I just stopped drinking coffee. So I thought it would be great to do this tag because it fits me and I think the questions are really cute. So without further ado, let's get started. The first thing we need for afternoon tea is tea. For this question, it is a book you find the most comfort in. For tea, I went with Dash and Lily's Book of Dares by Rachel Kahn and David Levithan. I hope I said that right. I always think I almost say Leviathan with David Levithan's name, but anyway, I chose this because, okay, in the original video, she chose Harry Potter, and that was my answer too, but I didn't want to have the same answer, so I thought I wanted a different answer, so I went with this one. This is a holiday-themed book, if you can't tell from the color scheme and the snow floating around. This is set in New York during the Christmas, I think all the way through New Year's. Let me see. Let's go through New Year's. Oh yeah, it goes through New Year's Eve. I really like this because it's very comforting to me to go back to reading this every year. Like I've been rereading this for the past 3 years, I feel, every time December hits. And it's just really comforting to me because Christmas time is very cozy and comforting to me, being surrounded by family and it's cold and you're bundled up in blankets. It sets up that kind of feel. So I really like that. In this story, we follow Dash and Lily. There are different perspectives for every chapter. And what's funny is I sometimes go by every chapter's date. Like for example, it starts at December 21st. So I'll start reading this chapter December 21st and stop until December 22nd comes along and read the next chapter. You can do that. I mean, I've done that once, but sometimes it gets too slow. Like I want to get through this very thin book quickly and then you don't have to follow the dates. But sometimes it's fun to do that because it's like you're living vicariously through the characters. So yes. Comforting book, really great. It's fun, it's contemporary, and it's nice to go back to it every year. The next thing we need for afternoon tea party is scones. Something hearty, but a delicious book. Now, for this one, the way she explained it was a book that has a lot going on. It's up to you, decide what a lot of going on there has to be in the book. So for this one, I went with Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. I went with this one as my scone, because there's a lot going on in this book. We follow Wade Watson, his adventure inside the Oasis, which is a virtual reality game, and lots of people are on the hunt for the 3 keys to get the treasure. It's basically a treasure hunt inside a game, and I think it's really cool. Oh my god, I want to be inside Oasis, basically. Like, I'm not even a gamer, but I want to be in it, and I want to play it, and I just want to explore that virtual reality universe. So many things happened in this, so many 80s references that I got some of it, but not everything, but I wasn't lost. Like, that's what I liked so much about this, because I thought I wasn't gonna like it because it has lots of 80s references. There's a lot of gaming references in this, but I was not lost. I enjoyed the story a lot. It was just done so well. Everybody can read this and they would not get lost and they would just enjoy it. So this is my scone, hearty but very delicious. The next one is Clotted Cream, a book you didn't like at first but ended up loving. For this one, I'm gonna go with Howl's Moving Castle by Diane Wynne Jones. Now, the reason I picked this book up is because I fell in love with Studio Ghibli's Howl's Moving Castle, the movie that Miyazaki made. That's one of my all-time favorite movies ever. Obviously, I found out that it was a book, so I was like, of course I'm gonna read it. I'm a reader. So I got the book. With movie adaptations of books, you know, it's a hit or miss. But for this one, they got the elements right, but they changed a lot in the movie. Like I understand how with the Studio Ghibli style, they would have to leave out some of the things that happened in this book. At first I was kind of disappointed because the characters are a little different. They're not the same as in the movie. Howl is less charming. No, he is charming, but he's more of he's not as easily likable as in the movie. But I learned to like him anyway in this book. And Sophie, she's more aggressive in this book, I feel like. But so at first I wasn't sure if I was gonna like this because the romance aspect of it wasn't the main apart. Like, you don't know about it until towards the end of this book, whereas in the movie it's pretty obvious that they're gonna end up together. I still ended up liking this. Instead of comparing it to the movie, I ended up just liking this for its own. It is a really fun book to read. You should definitely read it if you're a big fan of Howl's Moving Castle. Next one is Finger Sandwiches, a book you like but is not quite satisfying. Now for this one, I'm gonna go with Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas. Now, I love the series, okay? I love it, but certain things that happen in this book really resonated negatively to me. I think most people who were disappointed that this happened to ship Kale and Selena, Kale, Aelin, I don't know if we should make another ship name for Kale and Aelin because they're not together anymore. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Kale. I love Kale so much. I love him. So it broke me obviously when his character development kind of changed here. He did develop, but in a way that really hurt me because I love Kale and I love Selena and I love them together. I was not as satisfied as I wanted to be in this book. Look how huge that is. Like, I wanted to love it, everything about it, but again, I didn't love everything. Obviously, their relationship deteriorating is not gonna stop me from enjoying or wanting to read more. This entire series, I still want to finish it because there's a lot more going on in this thing than just Kale and Selena or Aelin. So I still want to read it, but yeah, this book, I will never be satisfied. The next one is Jam, a favorite pair that are just sweet together. This is really hard because I have a lot of OTPs and ships in different books and different series. Okay, so for this one, a couple I chose is Sean and Puck from The Scorpio Races by Maggie Stiefvater. I love their relationship so much. I think they're very, very sweet together. I have a full review on this if you want to check it out. I'll leave it on the description below. I just love Sean and Puck together. They're so sweet. They care about each other a lot. I feel like the development of their relationship is very natural. I just like them. Okay, just wanted to be happy and together forever. The next one is Petite Force. Petite Force? Petite Force. I don't know how to say that. Anyway, for Petite Force, it's a favorite short story or novella. For this one, I'm gonna go with When the Clock Strikes by Tanith Lee. If you're not familiar with that, it is a retelling of Cinderella, and it is in this thing. It's inside this anthology of short stories, folk and fairy tales. When the Clock Strikes by Tanith Lee. Now, I really enjoyed this retelling because it is told from the perspective of someone omniscient, and the way that this omniscient being is narrating the story, it's narrating it as if it's telling you the story. It's like it's having a conversation with you. That's how the narrative is like, and I really enjoyed that. I felt like it added to the creepy factor because this When the Clock Strikes is like a really dark version of Cinderella, and I really like that because I like it when things get dark in the fairy tale narrative. Maybe you may find it online, like if you just search When the Clock Strikes. I'll leave the link below if I can find any. Next one is Strawberries and Cream, a dynamic duo. Now, for this one, I wasn't sure if this was like a ship type base, but I guess it's just a pair that work well together, so I'm gonna use this as another excuse to mention another ship that I really like, and for that, I'm gonna go with Dragon and Agnieszka from Uprooted by Naomi Novik. I really like this book. I feel like it's also a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, I feel like, because it has the same tropes and elements, but I really enjoyed this one. Agnieszka and the dragon, they both have magical powers and they complement each other so well because the dragon is very fundamental and has a lot of rules and follows all these rules, and if you don't follow the rules he gets really mad because it's like you can't create stuff well if you don't follow the rules. That's how he rolls. But for Agnieszka, she just goes with the flow and eyeballs everything, which is the reason why they annoy each other a lot, but they love each other a lot. I just love them together as well. They're not sweet, that's why I didn't choose them for the jam part, but them together is awesome and they go well together. They're my dynamic duo. The final one we need is Your Favorite Teacup, a character too pure, too good for this world. And I went with Rudy Steiner from The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak. This is set in World War II. This book made me cry. This is still at the top of my favorite books list. It's the only book that made me cry. After reading this, it was like I was so hollowed out. I felt like this book carved out my heart and took it with him. I was so empty and hollow, and I was a husk of a human being because all my emotions were out. If you haven't read this, this will destroy you, so you should read it. But yeah, Rudy Steiner is my favorite cinnamon roll. He's in this book and I love him, and he is my little teacup. Before I cry, I'm gonna stop now. So that's basically it. That is everything. that is the afternoon tea book tag. Thank you so much for joining me. I don't have any friends around here in this YouTube space yet. If you want to be my friend, you can do the tag if you want to. Anyone is free to do the tag. Go ahead and do it. You can either film yourself or you can write down your answers in the comments section below. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for watching. If you like it, give it a like. Give it a good thumbs up. Yeah. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't yet, if you still want to continue watching stuff from me. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.